During the Napoleonic Wars, the British fleet blockaded the French port of Brest, which is the major port for the French Navy. And in order to evade that, the French, under Napoleon, decided to build a canal the length of Brittany. And this is that canal. It's actually created from a number of rivers, and this is the river AULNE. So we have been here on the AULNE at Châteauneuf-du-Fou. This has been something I've been meaning to do for many years, and it's one of the reasons I bought an outboard, because you can only sail on this river if you book the locks to open at a certain time. So you need to be able to ensure that you will arrive at the lock at the time you booked it for. You never see any boats moving on this river, and the reason is it's so complicated to book the locks. I spent ages on the phone doing this, and finally we had it all arranged. And even so, when we arrived at the first lock, we discovered it was being worked on and they couldn't let us through. This was on last Thursday.
Il a été fabriqué en France, en Ilur.
Bon, eh bien, à demain.
Oui,
Bonne soirée à vous. Oui, vous aussi.
and so we had to just come back here. Doesn't always like starting the second time.
But that rain is just not letting us.
We found this last time. It didn't like starting after being run, did it?
C'est bien, ça a été fait, c'est joli. C'est juste un peu humide.
The idea is that Abigail and I would come and sleep in the boat and go to the jazz festival there is here at Châteauneuf-du-Fou, and we would also have a sail on the river. And we were going to come up the river to sail here, but that was impossible because various locks are being worked on. And finally, after many telephone calls, I arranged that we would sail down the river on the Thursday and we would come back on the Friday morning. And we would go down through only 3 locks, spend the night and come back again. That was all arranged. But when on Thursday we arrived at the first lock, on time, we discovered it was being worked on. There was a team of workmen. And presently the lock keepers turned up in their van with the yellow flashing light, and they went and talked to their workmen, and then they came back and talked to us. Meanwhile the rain continued to fall, and finally after about half an hour of discussions in French, we were told that no, we couldn't go through the lock because all the water was full, covered in fresh mortar, and if they filled the lock was empty. If they filled the lock for us to enter it, the mortar would all wash away and everyone would be grumpy. So in the end we agreed to come back the following day. Well, c'est à la godille, c'est tellement doucement, n'est-ce pas?
Ouais, mais bon. J'ai pas envie.
We entered the lock gently, à la godille, so as not to disturb any fresh water.
Ouais, si c'est bon, ça passe sans problème.
Ouais, non, c'est pas. Ah oui, vous avez les échelles dans les écluses.
Parce que ça n'a pas été ouvert depuis longtemps et je pense qu'il y a de la vase.
Ouais.
En bas, on n'arrive pas. Est-ce que vous pouvez me donner le bout?
Ouais. Pardon, c'est assez long. Oh, n'est pas accroché.
Tenez, vite, parce qu'à l'avant, il n'y a rien.
Ça, c'est le bout en arrière. Ah, ok.
Ah, tenez. Sinon, j'avais préparé la mienne.
Okay, I'm getting off.
Yeah.
Bon, et c'est bon?
Non, c'est avec le sol, je pense ça marche.
Ça suffit?
Je ne sais pas. C'est
Non, mais on va faire deux.
pas beaucoup de courant dans l'écluse, c'est descendre. Ouais.
Ça va aller, mais on va faire doucement, c'est bon?
C'est bien. I will actually chuck you another rope. I think it's a good idea. Expecting her to put it round the bollard further back. That was thinking she'd stop me.
Shall I tie it round the same?
No, otherwise this will do it, won't it? The only thing you'd have to take to that one. Or I could put it through this ring.
Vous voulez vous mettre avant aussi?
Non, c'est bon. Il y a un anneau ici.
Sûr?
Ouais. Ok.
Oh, because the water's level suddenly going to go down and you have to be ready.
Yeah. Très bien. Elle peut remonter après l'écluse ou pas?
Est-ce qu'il y a un ponton après?
Ouais, il y a un ponton plus bas là-bas.
Voilà.
D'accord.
C'est bon pour vous?
Oui, c'est bon, merci.
Ça, il réfléchit pas, il passe bien, quoi. Ça va?
You okay?
Yeah, look at all this nice new pointing.
They're taking such care over it. Il n'y a pas trop de l'eau qui arrive par l'autre? Non?
Ouais, faut... Ça va être à la montée surtout après. Ça va, ça descend bien.
Seems to be a lot of water arriving through that one. I thought that would be closed.
What?
I thought that one would be closed.
Yeah, they're often
them like that. They're often quite leaky.
Yeah.
Tout à l'heure?
Oui, donc vous travaillez jusqu'au midi ou...
Ah ben c'est bon nous. Pas de
Parce
suite.
que je propose peut-être de naviguer le prochain écluse seulement et après de retourner.
Ah.
Mais on peut manger un peu.
Ouais. Mais vous voulez pas passer la prochaine?
Le prochain, oui.
Oui, vous passez.
Seulement le prochain.
Yeah, ok.
Et après de retourner.
Yeah, pas de souci.
Parce qu'on fait un petit film, ça donne une idée aux autres, les Anglais qui vont faire la même chose. Super.
Super. Ouais, à tout de suite.
Oui.
They're extraordinarily nice locks.
Yeah.
You know, that has to be said. In very good condition.
Have you an idea how far the next lock is?
Not very far. I think they're about that distance apart all the way down. Waiting for the lock keeper to open.
There's no water, hardly any water coming through there.
Outboard motors are all very well, but it's impossible to talk to a lock keeper when you've got one running.
La châteauneuf à midi?
Oui,
Ok.
donc ici 30 minutes.
Ouais, ok, regardez.
Voilà.
Regardez derrière.
Well, hopefully this will start again. Let's see.
Bonjour.
Oh, c'est Louis.
This was one of the people who came up to talk to us when we were with the lock keepers in the rain the day before.
I don't know what he said. Vous habitez ici? Vous habitez ici? Un peu plus loin. Wow, amazing boat.
C'était un bateau bizarre, n'est-ce pas?
Look at the house up there. So what did you just say to her? That we're going to be back in 30 minutes?
Yeah.
So what do we do? Just going down here and back again?
Yeah. They've got planning permission for all these cabins.
Yeah.
We found it impossible to have a sensible conversation with someone in a passing canoe with our engine running, so we shut it down to talk to our new friend.
Comment tu t'appelles?
Comment?
Comment tu t'appelles?
Philippe.
Pardon?
Philippe.
Philippe.
Oui.
Abigail.
Comment?
Abigail.
Oui.
Roger.
Georges. Oui. I yesterday heard. Georges. Ouais.
Oh no, Roger.
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 Yeah.
J'habite. Je pose mon bateau là-bas, ici là.
Ah oui.
He told us he lived a little further down the river, just on the right in those trees. We were so busy listening to him that we didn't pay attention to our boat, which drifted into some trees.
We're coming up to the wall where the lock starts, where they lock.
The reason why the River AULNE section of the Nantes-Brest Canal is so quiet is that it has become isolated from the rest of the connected waterways of France by the construction of a reservoir in the hills of central Brittany. So we took advantage of this peacefulness by rowing back to the lock rather than turning on our outboard again.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
It's
but
the
you're
mast.
steering.
Sorry. Back down.
Aren't
again.
you steering?
Sorry, I
I
was
thought
looking
you were
at the.
steering.
Okay. Okay, we're okay now. No more trees. Au revoir.
bloqué, n'est-ce pas?
Ouais, un peu, ouais.
Ils sont toutes neufs, n'est-ce pas? Toutes les,
Ouais, ça a été refait, ouais.
les écluses.
Up.
Yeah, so again, it's probably better to sit on the other side. Move the cushion across.
So I don't need the cushion.
Other than our friend in the canoe, we were the only boat we saw on this remote Breton waterway all morning. This is the Canal de Bretagne lockkeeper's van that they drive down the towpath in to work the locks.
Almost there.
Avel Dro, c'est sur le tableau arrière.
Hey, merci beaucoup.
Bye.
Ouais, passe un super week-end.
Merci vous aussi.
That's quite tight, isn't
Vous
it?
restez quelques jours encore?
Oui, pour le festival.
Nous sommes ici pour le festival.
And so we left the crowd of onlookers at the lock, amazed to see a boat going through one of the ecluses on this remote and forgotten Breton waterway. And we continued all the way to Châteauneuf-du-Fou under oars, sculling over the stern, very green, very ecological, and we were followed all the way to our old mooring by two lockkeepers in a modern van driving all the way up the towpath. We generally had a good time. We went to the jazz festival. We had an enjoyable time at the jazz festival. We've had some pleasant days moored to this bank. There's a nice handy toilet and shower block just provided for us, navigators of the river, which we got really upset about because sometimes we found somebody else in there.
Going the other way, I went under that one, so that wasn't a good test. Oh yeah, they look different coming the other way.
Solitude.